This is Papa Smurf. You're listening to Our Lifestyle, the podcast, with ODB and the Mayor.
Anyway, all right, well.
We'll knock this out real quick.
Only thing quick is the 2-minute man. 2-minute man. You got to slow him down. Slow it down. Oh, sorry.
Yo, it's Our Lifestyle Podcast, a.k.a. OLP, episode 240. Thanks for rocking with us. I don't have confirmation, but Biggity Mike, the Mayor, did you dial into the conference?
Confirmation is here, my man. ODB, the Mayor, is back. And man, does it feel good to be back on here with you and the rest of the Airhead Nation.
Yeah, we were hoping you wouldn't dial back in this week, but we couldn't luck out that much. But now that you're here, dude, you want to help us out? You want to get on the OLP train?
Choo-choo, choo-choo.
Well, we want to remind everyone, last week we talked a lot about Scraping the Coast, and Custom Car Show Productions, our title sponsor of this podcast. Scraping the Coast, also known as STC in my mind, is June 25th. 26th, 27th, basically 2 weeks. If you're, day one listener like many of you are, 2 weeks from today, Friday, May 11th, is the 25th, and that's when we're going to be in Biloxi. But we'll talk a little bit more about that, and we'll talk a little bit more about our homie that we just had on, Greg, here in just a few minutes. But Mike, dude, one of the key things that I wanted to mention, Mike, this week is we're not going to have a guest on. So we are going to spend some time, and we're going to talk about, in my mind, we're almost basically to the second half of the year, if you could believe that. And what we wanted to do is, we've been pedal stomped. We're kind of getting to the summer now, vacations and just a little bit of breaks and things like that. So what we're going to do a little bit later in this episode is we're going to talk about a lot of the shows that we plan on attending and some of the shows that are on our radar for the second half of 2021. And of course, we'll probably do a mid-year kind of review, sometime next month. And then obviously we're already working on the end-of-year stuff. A lot has happened this year. Now, Mike, I always like to remind everyone that the overview of the podcast is brought to you by our family at Graphics Mafia. Who's that over there at Graphics Mafia, Mike?
Hey, buddy. And of course, don't forget our buddy, Ryan.
Buddy Ryan, not to be confused with the supposed NFL legend. I don't know about that, but Graphics Mafia, that's graphics with an X, mafia.com. They're on TikTok, Instagram, and of course, the Bookface. When you go to their site, they've got free shipping on U.S. orders over $25, and they do all kinds of different things. If you want to put your Instagram name on your truck window, car, you name it, or you need more branding for your business, look no further than Graphics Mafia. Great people. They print a lot of stickers for us when we need to re-up, and we always appreciate them coming through. Now, Mike, before we get to the scene updates, I did want to just kind of check in with you, man. It's been a couple weeks. Obviously, as I mentioned, a lot going on. It's the summer. How you doing?
Dude, life is good. I definitely can't complain about that. We actually had our daughter actually came home from school. This is the first time in 6 months she has been home. Only lives 4 hours away, but this is the first time that she came home, and she spent 5 days with us. So it was definitely good to have her home and to have her here with us. And basically, she couldn't be here for Mother's Day. So she came here and treated Shannon, for Mother's Day. And then she also turned around and then treated me on Sunday for Father's Day, because she can't be here next week, for Father's Day. So it was definitely nice to have her, here. And it's really weird to not have her here after her being here for 5 days. So, but dude, besides that, man, it's just been busy. As far as it's definitely my busy time now, with all my home watch customers heading back up north. So, and also, Ryan over at ProFab, so guys, you need anything, as far as truck modifications go check out Ryan over at ProFab Florida. And he can get you taken care of. He's going to fix up the Mazda this week and get it ready for Scraping the Coast. So definitely look forward to getting that thing back up and running again. So look forward to that. But of course, with all that being said and getting the Mazda ready for Scraping the Coast, man, make sure you guys are getting ready. Like Jay said, we got June 25th through the 27th there in Ballard, Mississippi. Don't forget about all the giveaways, the money for best mini, the top 10 mini trucks. So bring those mini trucks out to Scraping the Coast. Let's not give no damn excuses. Oh, too many lifted trucks, blah 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 blah. Bring the damn minis out. Come on, let's outnumber these mother effers. And I'll have the Mazda going to be there. So come out, enjoying the rest of the Airhead Nation there at Scraping the Coast. Dude, there's going to be a cornhole tournament. I know they released the cornhole boards. Our boy Chad got his damn badass Toyota on a freaking show shirt. So make sure you guys get there early and make sure you go get those show shirts because they will sell out, and they will sell out. Usually they're always gone by Saturday afternoon. So make sure you get there and get them before they are gone. Because if you wait, they might not be there no more. So definitely don't wait on that. And there's always, I know this year, our boy Joey over at Get Decked is going to have that badass artwork on some skate decks. So he's making the skate decks for Scraping the Coast, and the skate decks are going to be available as well. So not only are you going to be able to see Chad's badass Toyota on a show shirt, but it's also going to be on a skate deck this year. So that's going to be badass, and I can't wait to get myself one of those skate decks. And Joey over at Get Decked always comes through with some badass skate decks. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And if I'm not mistaken, our boy Josh Welch over at Welch's Chop Shop is going to have metal signs this year with all that badass artwork. So I'm going to be able to get a metal sign with Chad's Toyota on it, a skate deck with Chad's Toyota on it, and a show shirt. And there's no telling what else. So make sure you guys are there at Scraping the Coast, and make sure you go and pick up all that badass artwork on all that shit.
Yeah, I appreciate you cutting all the promos, dude. I wanted to give you a little extra speaking time since we weren't able to link up the last couple weeks, and it's hard to get a word in edgewise, ain't it, Mike, with me?
Oh, absolutely. But dude, it's all good, and I definitely look forward to the release because we will have them there. The release. You know anything about that Back to the Future? Out of air that we got coming.
Yeah, we definitely. To me, it's going to be an awesome experience because there's so many people that have that that love for BTTF, and we're super excited, as Mike mentioned, to launch the shirt there. Many of you have taken advantage, which you can still do. OurLifestylePodcast.com. You can secure your order, especially with some of the bigger and taller sizes. They're a little tough to get your hands on because if you don't do the pre-order, we don't order a lot of extras of those. And if you do order and you're going to be at Scraping the Coast, use the code STC2021. That's going to be available, I think, up until Friday of the show, and then you can use that code and then it eliminates your shipping, and then you can come right there. I call it at show pickup, right? One of the first, I think, brands that I can think of, Mike, that offers that. So, to your point, man, I'm super excited for it.
Oh, absolutely. And we will have the whole metal signs. We'll have the skate decks, stickers, banners, you name it. It will be there at Scraping the Coast. So make sure you guys are there. We will be inside. What are we going to be? What's the best feature about being inside, Jay?
That will be called, we jokingly say, Freon poisoning. So my dad used to call it. There's a long story behind it. But that air conditioning that you so need in the month of June in the dirty South. And, of course, Biloxi, man, what a great city. We're going to be in the corner more than likely. And just a year ago, Mike, it seemed like they were still able to have the show last year amidst the COVID madness. But our boy, Daryl Poe, a.k.a. DP, Extreme Loads for Life, of course, he debuted the truck at Scraping the Coast. He was in the booth, and then he went on to earn the coveted Mini Truck of the Year from OLP. So Big ups to our brother. They also have a show called Down for Dennis, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. As we mentioned, there's a ton of shows that we want to kind of at least run through, and Down for Dennis is early August. But to Daryl and man, just the fam, good people. Nikki, Daryl, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Better known as the mayor of Mini Truckin.
DP and NP, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So as we move forward, again, thanks to Graphics Mafia. Now, the scene updates, Mike, I mean, dude, this one's tough, right? So, it's so eerie for us to kind of talk about what we just did. I was even a little reluctant to run the audio that we ran last week. And for anyone that hasn't had an opportunity, even if, maybe STC Scraping the Coast isn't necessarily on your radar, maybe, you live outside the country or, wherever, and you just can't make it, do yourself a favor, go back and listen. Greg is a passionate dude, been doing his own shows for 2 decades, but of course he's been tied in. If you've listened to the podcast for a long time and you've heard the other audio, he's been tied into car shows for a long time, going back to the Whitley days, for those that may know that name. But Mike, it's I talked to Greg on Thursday, basically 2 weeks ago, and I was finalizing some audio because I was going to be away from the house, as I had mentioned, for some days, spending time with the fam after work. And Greg said, hey, not 100%, I'll be fine. I'm at the tail end of what I'm dealing with. Hey, no problem. You want to wait? No, man. Let's knock it out, dude. Let's do it. And we did, and you guys heard that. And, from there, I started getting texts from people, hey, is everything okay? And, Mike, I just, I've just been thinking about our brother Greg a lot. I've been saying my prayers and thinking positive vibes. And I just, I don't know what else to say.
Well, actually, there's really not too much more you can say other than just keep him, Greg Miller, and his family in your prayers. And if you can help, and donate, that would be great. If you can make it to Scraping the Coast, I know I've been in contacts with Sean Randall, and Sean Randall is reaching out and is getting a bunch of companies to donate different items. And there will be a huge auction going on at Scraping the Coast for Greg Miller, because, guys, we all know Greg has helped so many people throughout the 18 years of putting on Scraping the Coast. And now him and his family need us more than ever. So this is our chance to be able to give back to the Millers and help him and help his family. So definitely just keep those prayers going and keep them coming, because he needs them for sure.
Well, and I don't spend a lot of too much time these days on Facebook, and I know some folks had seen some things a couple days after I mentioned that audio was done, and I had went upstairs where we were staying, and I looked at my phone and I had a text, and I was like, when someone said, "Hey, what's wrong? Is he okay?" And I was like, so I go on Facebook, of course, it's the first thing that popped up, and people saying, "Hey, say your prayers for the homie Greg" and stuff, and I was like, I just was blown away that maybe things had turned, the opposite direction that you'd want them to. And in this day and age, we constantly see a lot of people, celebrities and folks that say, hey, you never know, you never know when it's going to be your time, and, we sure hope that it isn't, that everything is fine with Greg and that type of thing. But, it kind of continues to reinforce to me, Mike, that, you just have to be thankful for what you got. We all strive to do better, and, we want newer things, or, we want nice things for our families and all this stuff. But, I just constantly, all the stuff that happens around me, it reminds me that, life is short. So, do the things that you want to do. Mike, I know you had mentioned that there is, if you go on Facebook and you type in Greg Miller, you're going to see that they're raising the funds, as Mike had mentioned. And, I know his daughter, she had shared some additional information. It was way more than anything that I knew. So people that had read that, already, knew more than I did. But I know many of us are curious, Mike, especially when these things happen. But, the way I've thought about it is like, hey, if something was happening to me, all I can ask or to my family is for friends and family. Have positive thoughts, good vibes. Whatever you do, just keep those those positive thoughts in your head. And I talk about iced tea all the time, but this was one he shared just earlier today. He always starts it with ice cold fact, which is kind of his little motto. The cold thing about life is that you can die any second. Don't play yourself with regrets. Appreciate and live it to the fullest. So, if that strikes a chord with you or anyone else, I know it does with me. It's just, hey, one life, and just, hopefully Greg will get through this, brother.
Absolutely. And, that quote, that pretty much nailed it. And, for now, I think that's all we need to say about it is as far as that goes. And, just follow Lauren Miller, follow the Greg Miller, page, and you'll definitely be able to get the up-to-dates, just like we do. So you'll be able to find out that information. But definitely keep our brother in your thoughts and prayers, and keep those prayers going.
1,000%, brother. Now, not easy, obviously, to pivot off of that topic. So again, good vibes to Greg Miller and fam. Mike, the digital updates that I wanted to share this week, overall is the one thing, man. We love Street Trucks. They continue to push the envelope. I love that they oftentimes will reveal the new covers, their new cover issues, on their website. They don't do it every single month, but a lot of the months that they do it. And what was cool is recently they revealed the next upcoming cover for Street Trucks. And if you go to streettrucksmag.com, you're going to see a ton of these new articles, including they did do the C10 Builders Guide, the fall 2021 edition. So that was pretty cool. But I don't want to spoil it for everyone. Some of you guys have seen it. You stay close to this stuff like we do. But go out there, follow them on social media. Obviously, the new one's been making its rounds, and I think it's pretty cool. There's a lot of mini trucks out there as well. But Mike, we're going to talk about the show that we're going to be at, this weekend in a little bit. But it's pretty cool to see what Street Trucks continues to do for the scene, man.
Yeah, no, and it just keeps getting better and better. Issue with issue, every issue, it keeps getting better and better. And like you said, what we'll be doing this weekend, it's kind of because Jay's going to be doing his thing as far as the live feeds there with Street Trucks. And I'll be doing my thing there at the booth, helping, the Street Trucks guys out. And Chris and Nicole there with the booth there at the Daytona Truck Meet.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, dude. So I want to talk a little bit more about that. It's going to be pretty awesome, and we're going to cover a lot of the shows here. But I tell you, Mike, these different companies that have gotten behind them, including Beltec, it's fantastic to see that because, this is where we need companies to continue to help, even the media platforms push that envelope forward. And I know that you're looking forward to having them come out to you guys' show next year, and I want to talk about that as well. Now, that's kind of on the digital side. On the print side, though, I did mention that they did reveal the new cover. So, again, you can go out to Street Trucks Mag on Instagram, and you can check that out. But, Mike, speaking of our favorite magazine, atlmagazine.com, that's where you can pick up the new All Time Low magazine. Did you see the news that they're going to be shipping the new issue here? I think probably by the time this airs, you're going to be able to cop it.
Yes. And I tell you what, that cover this month is absolute straight fire. Congratulations to, Jesus, I went blank there, Bubba. I'm sorry, Sketchies. And that Forerunner that they did, that's on that cover is completely just, it's badass. And of course, the Toyota that they did, the white one, I love that paint job. So I'm just definitely looking forward to, and of course we can't forget about his little girl's truck is there on the cover with him. So what an honor to have him and his girl on the cover, sharing the cover of All Time Low magazine.
Yes, man, what a great fan. We said this time and time again. We had the unique experience last year to hang out a little bit with them, and I recently, when I was at the beach, I had my little Sketchies bag with some things I brought out there, and it just made it a little bit easier, taking all my shit show. But to Sketchies and those guys and the fam, Carly, as you mentioned, so exciting to see this magazine that's, homegrown, a lot of work that's put into it. I know I talked to, Rich at Southeast Mini Truck and Nats, aka Mini Nats, and they had some hiccups there along the way with some hard drive stuff, as we've heard from many magazines over the course of time. But the good thing is, Mike, they keep their focus set, and even a small setback like that can't stop the hustle.
Oh, no, you definitely ain't stopping the hustle. And that's just, hey, another thing, too, because I just reached out to Rich to get ready because I missed issue 28, 29. I told him, I said, Rich, make sure, please, I want to make sure to get our full page ad in the next, and I want to support ATL Magazine and the next magazine. Be on the lookout for Eastbound Get Down full page ad in the next ATL Magazine. So I definitely, if you're a show, if you got some kind of merchandise, something that's involved with the scene, go out and support All Time Low Magazine and get in there and advertise and help Rich and Beth put that out there.
Kick ass, brother. Yeah, I'm so excited. Can't wait for that show to go down next year, Mike. And like you said, there's always that unique opportunity. Whether you're a bigger company and you say, hey, I can write off some funds and I want to do advertising, or maybe you're a smaller company that you want to grow and get your name out there, your product out there. That's always that unique opportunity. And they started with no ads. And of course, over the course of time, they've kept the ads very unique to the scene. And I love what we do, but it's atlmagazine.com. You can order the subscription or individual issues, but Mike, as we always say, typically those individual issues will sell out, and you'll be stuck without it. So try to get the subscription if you can.
Oh, absolutely. And like we've always said, support those that support the scene, and they definitely support the scene. So get out there and support ATL Magazine.
Hells to the yeah. Now, it's kind of like from the print side, miscellaneous-wise, I saw this several weeks back, really a couple of months ago, I think maybe 6-8 weeks. And Mike, there were some rumors that were leaking about this new Ford, quote, mini truck. And I kind of was like, well, I watched some cool videos and I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. And I was like, well, I don't want to invest too much brain cells into it because, maybe it's going to launch in Brazil or Australia or somewhere else. And we started to see today, actually this week, Charles Armstrong, the homie, the kid, he had even texted me, and a few people had reached out, and they said, hey, have you seen this? And Ford, Jalopnik had a cool article that I saw through their social media on Instagram, and it talks about the Ford Maverick. And then on their website, let's dig into the design of the 2022 Ford Maverick. Now, Mike, I've never been a fan of that name. I don't know. I'm just not like a Ford connoisseur. I understand why they used it, kind of bringing back that name that they've used in the past. But basically what people are going to get, I mean, if you go look at it, it's a mini truck. That's what I'm seeing.
That's exactly what I'm seeing. And I tell you what, it was completely threw me off because when I'm thinking Maverick, I'm thinking a car, and the damn truck comes. I'm like, okay, that's not what I thought, but all right.
Yeah, definitely. And this article goes into pretty good detail. It shows it with kind of renderings with the topper and things like that. And my consensus is, you look at it and I kind of go, hey, cool, cool. There's some investment in, smaller trucks, like awesome, because when the Dodge Dakotas and a lot of these trucks took off, it became like the midsize. Even the Tacomas grew in size. I mean, everything's grown in size. There was a study I read years ago that said the American car seat, not talking about a baby seat, but a seat that we all sit our fat asses in, like has grown like from the 80s, like by like, I don't know, 25% or something, just because, it's just the way it is. It's America, right? So when I look at them going, hey, we're going to make something a little smaller, it's pretty cool. Now, I want to get something going in the Airhead Nation, kind of a little poll this week and start, gauging some folks' comments on it, because I would imagine a lot of people are going to think of like the Ridgeline, and, you kind of look at it and you go, man, is it a unibody? It doesn't look like it has a typical bed. And I haven't read every little aspect of it. And I know people hate the Ridgeline. I kind of look at this and go, I don't know. I mean, the front end and stuff. I mean, I kind of like the front end more than I like the new Chevy front end. I mean, I hate to say that, but you guys know that how I feel about that. But to me, it is what it is. Like we said before, even if you hate a front end, it's not going to stop it. I mean, these are multi-billion-dollar companies. They're going to launch what they want. And Mike, we'll have to see if mini truckers adapt to it or if they just laugh it off and go, dude, it's basically a small Escalade.
Well, I can tell you this. You say it's a mini truck. It's definitely not a mini truck from the past. And I'm wondering who is going to be the first truck, manufacturer that brings a mini truck back.
Well,
that's what I'm curious.
Yeah, this one, what I saw, if you go on Instagram and you look up Jalopnik, Jalopnik, many of you know that site. They had this whole thing where it's like 40 mpg, and the truck came in at about 20K. So, you look at it, and I mean, it takes you right back to a lot of the stories. We've heard Ruben and all these guys from Cali from back in the day say, hey, I was 15, 16, parents, we ended up buying this truck, we got it for $7,000, $8,000, whatever. You look at truck prices, we've talked about this in the past, especially when we covered, the updates from the industry. The truck prices have continued to climb. They become more luxurious and things like that. And it doesn't seem like it's really stopped Americans from buying the trucks. I mean, $80,000 trucks, pretty crazy. But on Jalopnik, what I had seen earlier today was someone had made a comment, these smaller trucks shouldn't have 4 doors. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, hold on, right? So I usually don't engage in these conversations, but I did comment back. And, of course, no one commented back, but they said a quote small, end quote, truck should not have 4 doors. And, I disagree with that because, Mike, you and I both know around the world there have been these crew cab trucks. Now, recently when we were engaged with someone talking about 4-door trucks, I kind of forgot. I said, the S10 was the one that came to mind, but I kind of forgot about, of course, the Nissan Frontier. That was a famous crew cab truck here in America. But, dude, to me, I think it's a good thing. It is what it is. I mean, trucks are all the rage. I mean, as sedans are booted to the side, we're going to continue to see hopefully more of these.
Oh, absolutely. And I think we are definitely in for some more. I just want to know who the truck company is going to be with the true mini truck, bringing out the true mini truck. That's what I want to know.
Well, what we heard was, I mean, I don't know if you heard this. I was talking to Chuck Dog. He goes, yo, ODB, I saw your yellow Mazdas over at Sketchy's. And I go, well, yeah, I mean, you let the cat out of the bag. I'm going after Mike, dude. We're talking about mini trucks. Mike's got this little yellow Mazda banana hammock. I might do banana hammock, part 2. And, I got the extra cab, dude, 6-door conversion, go all out, bill it, maybe a chrome frame. That's been done, I think, once. But, I don't know. I mean, it's, I don't know if I should do it. Call Sketchy and be like, yo, let me have that truck, dog.
No, I said go for it. Yes.
Yeah, he goes, dude, Mike, dude, I talked to Mike. He goes, Mike said he's coming off the ladder, dude, top rope deal with the backflip in the round. And I was like, man, I don't know, dude. I don't know if Mike's got that much energy, dude. He's getting older.
Well, I say the hell in the cell.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Hell in the cell. I like it, Mike.
They forget about the top rope. We're coming off the top of the cage.
Yeah, we're coming off the topper, dude. Maybe get, like 4 of these little trucks with some toppers, and then you can kind of wrestle off them, build the ring, you know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah. And then we'll have to bring the damn ladders and chairs up on top of the cage, and then set the tables up below the cage, and then do the damn body slam from the top of the cage onto the tables down below.
Breakbacks like Kempatera, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So, I love it, dude. But, that's kind of some of the miscellaneous stuff. The other thing I wanted to give a huge shout out to Mach 1 guys. I know you work real well with them, or, they partner with you guys really well. But, they had the opportunity to shoot some behind-the-scene footage of Solomon. And Solomon's a good dude. Obviously, he's out there doing his own thing and working at these different platforms and doing what he does. But he had the unique opportunity to shoot Rick Ross's car. It looked like at one of his places, which I thought was pretty cool. And Rick Ross was recently on Jay Leno Garage, and he's talked about a little bit kind of networking and stuff like that. But when you see these guys got an opportunity to go out there, Mike, and then shoot that coverage, you had mentioned it to me. I hadn't seen it yet. And for them to be rocking the Total Chaos, gear, repping OLP. And, it was pretty cool because they're getting behind-the-scenes photos, but then there's behind-the-scenes video and photos of it. So we're going to reshare that. But, we'll see them this weekend. Just good dudes, man, and love what John Dog and Tuck are always doing.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, man, I love they're young, the hustle, they're energetic, and, I mean, they put the work in. And I tell you what, they're two young pups that are coming up in the game. And they're doing some great work, and just stay tuned because they got a bunch of videos coming out for Eastbound Get Down, and so stay on the lookout for them because we got a bunch of stuff in the cooker, and they're getting ready to serve it all up for us all.
Yeah, the big pot of gumbo. I can't wait, man. Well, moving ahead for some of the Facebook items that I've saved. I'm going to jump right over here. Of course, social media is huge. The first one, I saw that Jimmy had finished up the Ram, the white Ram with rear suicide doors. I had an opportunity to see that. A lot of work went into it, laid out. And it is rocking the Little Shop Manufacturing wheels. You may not notice that on there. He, of course, hashtagged Little Shop MFG for manufacturing, but when you look at the wheels, they are powder-coated black, but you got the rear suicide doors, and my understanding is the gentleman is physically disabled, so he has the hand control, and he was kind of making sure that some of these different things, were working properly, but seeing the coating, the bed coating in the bed, you've got the fifth wheel, that's all mounted in there. I mean, it literally looks like it came from I keep wanting to say Dodge, but you know what I mean. The Ram trucks, one of their facilities like that. Now, Mike, I also saw that Joey Dilworth says, oh man, 18 years ago at 4:15 a.m., I was sleeping on the floor in a buddy's room when I got the call that my world had just changed. Mr. Gage Mayhem Dilworth decided to make a super early arrival in the world. So he says, happy born day, obviously. Birthday, love you, and that was a pretty cool post he had made. Mike, did you happen to see that speaking of DP, dude, he's going to be on the cover of Gauge magazine, dude.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's on, he's everywhere. Like I said, the mayor of Mini Truckin cannot be stopped. And, I mean, this guy's in how many different magazine after magazine front covers. He deserves to have the front and the back cover of any and all magazines. So, hey, there's no stopping Mr. DP.
Yeah, there's no stopping what can't be stopped. I always remember that from the Predator Ice Cube album. There's no stopping what can't be stopped. But here's the other cool thing. We never really got a chance to mention them, or we just haven't. But Josh and Ann Holt, great people, man. I've seen them at Lone Star Throwdown this year. And, of course, I saw them at Mini Nats. They hung out a lot there over in the camp where they were staying. And they happened to be there right whenever, I was taking Bada Bing off the trailer. And, of course, Ann, she was the one that helped pick one of the raffles that we did at Lone Star Throwdown. She's good people. Both of them are. But what was cool, Mike, is she is the cover girl for that issue, and I thought that was pretty cool. She's kind of in her duds there, and fits right awesome into the theme of the Outlaw. It's a 2021 issue. Technically, I think June 2021 it's being spun number 270, and I believe it was our boy Adam Johnson who shot that one.
Yes, sir. And what a great family. You talking about the Holtz. Great people, and I was lucky enough to meet them. I believe it was at the Spark Show last year, and if I'm not mistaken, yes, they got our Minis on the Rise pick. because it's her husband, and their son, and they're all into it, and they love mini trucking. So that's cool that they do it all as a family.
Yeah, they're good people repping RA. He's got that eight lug truck. I said, I need them wheels, guys. No, but they're always cool, man. They kid around with us, and they're just good, wholesome, mini truckers and car family. So big ups to them. Now, I did also see a post, speaking of one of our family, Ron Perkins. I won't read the whole thing, but, Ron from Hammered Weekend, where arguably he's embarked upon the biggest, the baddest, the craziest, the longest mini trucking related or mini truck themed world tour, right? I call it world tour, U.S. tour, you get it. But he had said something recently on June 3rd. I don't get very personal online, but there are three things that I care about and focus 99% of my time on: my family, my friends nationwide, and my business, Hammered Weekend Wear. And he kind of goes on, I'm thinking, damn, dude, like, is everything cool? And you kind of read through it, and it's not too long. And he said, at first I thought my meds were kind of wearing off, but honestly, I think the U.S. tour is taking its toll on me. But then he ends it with a positive and says, anyway, I actually slept 17 hours today, and I'm back on track and ready to kick hammered ass while I'm out on the road and spend every moment at home with my loved ones. So just a good dude, man. He's got that throttle down, Mike, and I'll be honest, man, I don't know if I could do that, brother.
Dude, me and him have had quite a few conversations, and this whole world tour that he's taken is definitely not as easy as he expected it to be on him. And he definitely misses his family, and I can't blame him, because I know I'd be missing my wife, I'd be missing my kid if I was gone for that long of a period of time. And for everybody that thinks how cool it is that he's out there doing this whole world tour, I'm sure it gets pretty lonely out there after a while.
Well, there's one person I think we can kind of thank, and I know as much as you want to say, like me, thanking Ron for going on this, embarking upon it. Dude, it's the guy with the name H, man. Not Hammered, but the other guy that rolls with him. I mean, I think he's like, he's feeding them the whole way, like with, stories of like just the crazy early days. And, we got to thank Hank, because, Ron has told me, he goes, dude, there's some nights where I just want to put the toothpicks in my eyes, dude. Like you say, ODB. And he goes, Hank will get on some crazy story about back and, running with Hugh Hefner and then Josh's wife, Nicole. I think I said this before. I think she figured it out. She goes, I want to meet this guy, Hank. I go, man, it's hard to get him to talk. You know what I mean? But then I think she figured it out. I never really watched that whole movie, Benjamin Button, but I think he ages backwards. And she goes, is that what, Hank does? Because she's like, I've never really figured it out. How could he have been at Studio 54 and running with Hugh Hefner and all that? I go, I don't know. Maybe she figured it out, man.
I think she definitely figured it out, and I think the real Hugh Hefner is definitely Hank.
Yeah, he can't be stopped. So, these guys need fuel to get home. If you can go out to HAMMERD, weekendwear.com, order some stuff, leave a funny comment. Hank loves reading them, but you got to visit Hammered Weekend Wear or click the link in their Instagram bio. Mike, I know the homie Ruben. I've talked to him a couple times. He's going just all out, doing a bunch of stuff out there, and wish him all the best. I know he got a chance to spend some time with Jacob, his son, and big ups to them. Always love talking with the homie Ruben, R.A. Ruben, good dude. And then I think just to kind of sum it up, I know Big John Turner, he had posted that they're moved into their new home. First time in his life he had as a garage to park in. And I tell you, Mike, Big John Turner, good dude. But if you think about it, Mike, he hasn't had a garage, and he's been outspoken about that. Hey, I don't have a garage. But you think about all the stuff he's done, literally, we're going to show his age for 30-plus years. You know what I mean? Like, with that old school full size, in all these different trucks over the years, it just goes to show you don't have to have the biggest garage or the most chrome or the most billet or any of that stuff. It's all about passion. And this guy arguably if there was a book that said mini truckin' and then you had a truckin' section, right, full size scene, you'd look at it and dude, this guy's in it, bro. The You Ain't Low brand, the trucks that he's built, the picnics that he's done, from local minis to RA, dude. Shout out to the OG, man. I really think we can call him an OG without feeling like, man, should we call him an OG? Like he's literally he's lived it. He's about that life,
bro. I can't believe he's that old. That blows my mind.
Well, here's the funny thing. I heard you're older than him.
Whoa, slow down, homie. Man, I missed 2 weeks and now all of a sudden I'm old.
Dude, your binder pages have fallen out of this thing, dude. I mean, you're almost back to square one, Mike. I'll be honest.
Well, I'm too old. I can't even catch the damn thing. So, I guess I'm lost. I lost.
Real deal. Well, Scott Cotton and
wait. You screwed up. You messed up. Try that again.
Okay, Scott Cotton.
Nope.
Christophe.
Nope. Try Mr. V6.
Mr. V6. Okay. Mr. V6 Mazda, dude. He's gonna topple you, bro, with that V6. It's really a V8, but he likes it. I told him to airbrush it on to make it look like it's just a V6. You know what I mean? No, I think it's a V6, but he airbrushed the back cylinders on to make it look like a V8. But his wife is, dude, enjoying a new purchase, and dude, I want to say, is this the one that came from the Watermans?
You would be correct, sir.
Yeah, because Rich had mentioned to me at Mini Nats that he was thinking about selling it. Him and, of course, his awesome wife, Beth. So that's pretty cool, man. She's got the flannel on. He's got the Mini Nat shirt on. And they're smiling. So I guess, man, she might need a Minis on the Rise tat. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I don't know if you've seen the pictures of where, their trip up there, but they went and got to hang out with the legend.
Hank?
No, the legend, Mr. Kerry Bewley.
Oh, yeah, Kerry, dude, man. That guy, he told me, he goes, bro, ODB, you just got to simmer down a little bit. Like at Mini Nats, I think I was really on one, you know what I mean?
Oh, really? Well, he didn't get the pleasure of seeing you at Made of Steel then.
Nah, man, Kerry's a good peeps. But those are the few of the Facebook saves, so big ups to Scott and his awesome wife. I was going to try to just say awesome wife, but it's Jane Leese, Janelise. I know I'm butchering that. But, Mike didn't give me the cue cards before, so, I'm kind of out on a limb here, you know what I mean? So,
you did just fine, because I know Scott, Mr. V6, is going to be listening to this on Friday, and he'll be yelling at you while he's listening to it on the radio.
Yeah, hey, I like those dolphin gauges you have in your truck, too. Or no, those are Dakota Digital. I mean, yeah. All right, so lastly, the only save that I had from Instagram, I know there's a million things out there, but our friends over at Square Body Syndicate, I say that we, of course, had Broey on, good dude, and we talked about when he was on some of the M2 collaborations they've done, but if you go to M and then number 2 machines, M2 machines, you're going to see that they have just launched a new line of Square Body Syndicate builds or stuff that's been under their umbrella. And Mike, they had the perfect teaser into it today, the morning of today. They had posted, question, what do these 6 trucks have in common? Hashtag Square Body Syndicate. There's 124 comments. And there's some funny ones in there or whatnot, but I was looking at them and I'm swiping back and forth and I'm going, no, not the mirrors, no, they have, and I'm going back and forth and I'm like, dude, man, I'm not good at this game, man, come on, man, it was a hint. But then later in the day, I saw they posted the M2 Machines repost, who said sequels do not measure up to the original. Here we are here to tell you that the M2 Machines and Square Body Syndicate are back with the second collection of squares. And you basically have 9 different ones. So if you're into collecting stuff or you just love square bodies, dude, they're on the rise. Go check them out. Some of these, it looks like, are limited, if not all of them, but some of them, a couple of them are limited to 750 pieces. So, I just want to share that, Mike. To me, as a truck enthusiast, I love seeing those kind of collaborations. That's furthering. Square Body Syndicate arguably has done a lot for the scene. Even though the truck scene, maybe the main truck scene might be, not exactly the C10 scene. These guys got their own thing going. But, to further along what we're doing, in the scene that we all love, icing on the cake to me, brother.
Hey, works. It works. Absolutely.
Now, the scene updates brought to you by our family at Garage Gear Clothing. You can go to garagegearclothing.com and order. They have free shipping in the United States. But, Mike, they're also on some other platforms, too.
Oh, yeah? And what might that be?
We got TikTok. They're on the rise. And, of course, YouTube. And, Mike, you always want to do what on YouTube?
Well, you want to watch the video completely from start to beginning. Start to the beginning. What a dumbass. Start to end. So somebody gets a little jingle in their pocket.
Yeah, real deal. And if you go on, of course, Facebook and Instagram, love seeing what they do there. But last I checked, they're at 79.3 thousand on TikTok with 483.6K likes. So big ups. I'm not on TikTok, but I know a lot of people are. And it's pretty cool to see what they do. I love seeing just the YouTube stuff. But garagegearclothing.com. Order today. Let them know OLP sent you. You never know with Crystal. She's the one pulling the puppet strings. I mean, let's be honest. You never know. She might she might slip and throw another sticker on there. I don't know. But she said she loves reading the comments from the OLP listeners. She just said keep them legal. Okay?
Everything's always legal.
Real deal. Now, before we get to the key show updates, I wanted to just hit upon a few other things, like with the podcast updates. So, Mike, dude, we were super stoked last Friday. Did you see the post from our family at Graphic Disorder? They ran, what did they run for us, man?
I do believe it's a real print, I think is what they call it.
Real deal. And when they ran that one off, that's our kind of excitement moment, because we know they're either doing a test run or they've said, man, pull the trigger on all those shirts and those hoodies and those talls and those tanks and those extra soft, next level deals. And when we saw that, we knew we were getting close. And of course, by now, I've sent out an email to everyone to let you know, as we promised, when those shirts ship to us, which they shipped on Monday, we'll blast out an email. We'll let everyone know within about a day or so to say, hey, they're on our way to us. Then, of course, the rest of the magic has to happen because they have to be bagged, tagged, and shipped. Mrs. Mayer and Mr. Mayer, of course, they will handle that. And then, Mike, it's got to be rewarding going through. I mean, I love like checklists, but when you get a chance to go in there and mark all of those as shipped, that's a good feeling, ain't it?
Yes, absolutely. And the best part is tomorrow I will be getting, well, I say tomorrow, we're recording on Tuesday. So Wednesday, the banners will be here. They should get here before the shirts. So that's good because that'll give us a chance to go ahead and get those banners all shipped and get those banners out to everybody. So be on the lookout. And if you got, basically the way we do it is we just go ahead and ship this stuff out. We don't wait for everything. If we got it, we're going to ship it to you guys. So there's been other people that have put in, there's notes in your orders and it tells you exactly that. So if we already had the shirts that you ordered from some of the other stuff, it's already sent. It's already on its way to you. The banners we ship separate from the shirts anyway, so those will be sent out separately. And in the notes on your email, you're going to get, it'll tell you that exact thing. So just be on the lookout because it's all going to be coming here within the next week. You should all have your banners, shirts, stickers, hats, whatever it is that you ordered. You should have it within the next week.
Super stoked, man. I mean, literally, I might have to, do a whole back tattoo of this one. You know what I mean? I've got to, think it through. You know what I mean? But it's not out of the picture. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I tell you what, I think you ought to put this on your neck. That's what I think.
Yeah, but I'm going back, dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Get ripped and then just go all out, out of air,
Okay, out of air. Yep.
Now, the only other update that I wanted to share, I finally updated, it's been a long time, I updated my computer, the MacBook, so that I can download some stuff I need to download through Apple. And I'm now officially on the podcasts app. We often talk about iTunes. Many of us are going to continue to call it that for years. But, Apple has busted out the podcast from iTunes and all that. So there's Apple Music. And then here we are with the podcasts app. So you can listen on your computer just like you can on the phone. But I had to get a chance to kind of see how the ratings come in. We do have a new rating from May 30th, Scott Cummings. And he says, y'all rock, 5-star. That brings us up to 237, I believe, 5-star ratings, and are right at that, right around there. I'm new to the podcast thing. It's great hearing interviews and awesome info. Y'all keep killing it. Peace. Thanks so much, Scott. We appreciate that, homie. And with that being said, the podcast update's brought to you by our family, Joey at Get Decked. We often say, if you want to put your or your significant other's ride on a skate deck, look no further than Joey at Get Decked. Look up Get Decked, 2 words, on Facebook. He's also on Instagram. You can find him. You can message him. As you know, it goes down in the DM. Hit him up. If you're a show promoter and you want some decks, you want some best of awards, he'll take care of you. Mike mentioned earlier the Custom Car Show production team. They're on board, and they're going to be doing kick flips galore with all of the amazing artwork that they have that's going to be in Biloxi a little bit later this month. But Joey at Get Decked, he's done wonders for us. And Mike, I think we started a trend in the scene. That's what we love doing, and we're going to continue through this podcast journey to give you the best audio, the best show we can, the best guests, the best content, and Mike, the best merch. We are not going to stop, dude. We're getting sideways every week into the weekend. You know what I mean?
Yay. We can't skip a week. I can't make it. ODB puts it out and makes it happen, man. So we're definitely here for you guys. That's for damn sure.
Born to roll. All right, so Airhead Nation updates. This one, Mike, dude, hey, I know you'll appreciate this. Let's give it up to all the grads out there, dude. Many of you are parents. You've got kids that are going through, the high school stuff. I know my son is, man. I'm trying to get him through each grade. You know how that can be, y'all. And, of course, but many of you, including the guest that we were going to record with this week, he said, yo, I can't make it I can't record tonight. We've got some graduation stuff going on, dude. It's going to be an amazing guest. But, hey, it sparked the idea to me to say, you know what, Mike, let's pause for a minute and just say to all the parents that are getting your kids through high school, through college, whatever you're doing, it's a huge feat. I know a lot of you guys are proud out there. We, of course, had Trevor Carlson on, Mike, rest in peace, Sean Carlson. And, what was cool is I always get a chance to see, we talked about their amazing family when they were on, and follow them closely. But Trevor Carlson, and I know his, he's got Allie and Emily. They're doing big things. And I noticed that Allie had posted Hip, hooray. I wanted to share these pictures with you all. I accomplished one of my dreams. I graduated from California Lutheran University with honors. So big ups to her. And I know Emily, they're just doing some amazing things. They've been traveling a little bit. So it's great, Mike. I know you were just there recently with your daughter, and it's just a good feeling, isn't it, for all these parents just to get to these different levels?
It is a great feeling. And when you sit there and talk about that, I know one of our good friends and listener, Eric Tapia Mosley, his daughter just graduated, and so congratulations. And it's such a great feeling to know that your loved one, your little one, your boy, your girl, whatever it might be, has taken that next step into life. And now ours is getting ready to, she's pretty close to graduating from college now. So she's still got 2 years to go, but it's almost here, man. Time flies, I tell you that.
Yeah, real deal, man. So big ups to everyone out there again. It's a huge accomplishment. And this Airhead Nation update has been brought to you by our family at Hammered Weekend Wear. We mentioned Ron earlier, HAMMERD, weekendwear.com. Let them know OLP sent you. They got tanks, they got swim trunks, flip it to the floppas and you just don't stop us. I think they've got it all. Some is sold out, but HAMMERD weekendwear.com. Mike, I got one for you, homie. The throwback term of the week. In what you know, I never had one of these. Look, I'm just going to throw it out there, dude, okay? But what do you know about a CD changer, dog?
Well, I can honestly say that I never had a CD changer, and I'm almost guessing that a lot of these kids nowadays have no clue what a CD changer even is.
I know, and here's the funny thing. My homie at the time, Russ, he's one of my really good friends. He had one, and I remember there were even, I think, setups where you could piggyback two because you'd have a 6-disc and then 12-disc. Those are the two that come to mind. But if you had a 12-disc changer or even a 6-disc, you could put the whole, let's say you're a Ludacris fan or Cypress Hill or some NWA and Dre, you could load it all up, right? And your Alpine or whatever set head unit would read that, and you'd have that. Typically, it's going to be in the trunk or somewhere stashed, right, under the back seat. But, Mike, it's crazy to me. The reason why I bring that up is when I had posted the Alpine throwback ad, it's the second time I've done it, dude. It's amazing the amount of comments, the nostalgia that it brings back to people. And, Mike, dude, nowadays, I know you said it, kids just don't understand, right? But, you have Spotify, you have Apple Music, people were like, what's a CD? That's crazy, isn't it?
It's insane because what was really funny is I was cleaning out when I had wrecked my truck, I had some CDs in my passenger side door. I had some CDs over there, and my daughter's like, what are you doing with these?
Does she think they were CDs, like investment funds or something like that?
I don't know what she thought, but I know in her car, we had gotten her a car when she left to go to college. It doesn't even have a CD player in it. So that's like a thing of the past. They don't even come with CD players anymore.
Yeah, I'm ticked because I know you just got your new truck, right? So where it made of steel,
Yep.
you didn't know, but I had Jimmy the door on it, right? And I got in there and I was trying to light up one, and it didn't even have a cigarette lighter adapter. What did you not order that, or did you cheap out?
No, that's exactly what I was hoping for, and that's what happened. Is they no longer even put those things in there because there's no reason to smoke in your vehicle anyway.
Well, I hope you didn't mind. In your truck, you know what I mean? That's fine,
yeah.
right?
I still had that new car scent in there, so I was good.
Right. The new Snoop, he's got one of those from the streets to the suites. He's got that song, "Don't be stealing out my ashtray." You know what I mean? I don't know what he was talking about though.
Yep.
He said something about roaches in his ashtray, and I was like, "Damn, man! He had bugs in his car."
Oh, that's.
I didn't know what that meant. I figured you did. You got more street intel than I do. Was that bugs, right?
Yeah, you got to do something about that. That you definitely
fumigate.
Definitely can't have no roaches in your truck.
All right, so the throwback term of the week brought to you by our family at Colorado Custom Wheels. Visit coloradocustom.com for wheels, steering wheels, billet wheels, dude, wagon wheels, mirrors, whatever you need. Get out there at coloradocustom.com. They're on social media. Hopefully more to come from Michael and team. We are cooking something up in a big pot of gumbo with Colorado Custom. We love that they support the scene. Mike, a few more things, and we'll talk about the shows, and then we'll be out. But, dude, what's trending in social media? I saw your boy. I don't know, man. I think you're a big boxing fan. Was your boy Mayweather in a fight or something?
Oh, dude, I don't even want to call that. I don't even want to give these guys any more publicity than they already got. That hug match was just absolutely. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I can't believe people actually paid $50 to watch that. It was 24 minutes of let me throw a punch at you, dude. I think he threw 500 punches and might have hit him 6 times. I mean, it was ridiculous. It really was.
Yeah, and to be clear, it was Mayweather Jr., right? Because, some people saw it and they're like, oh, Mayweather, but it was Floyd Mayweather Jr. I didn't even know that he was a person, but he obviously locked up with Logan Paul. The only thing that stuck out to me was that he had the Atari on his yellow trunks, they call them. And of course, Atari just recently launched like this system that they had been working on forever. It looks like the retro system, but like you can download stuff. I haven't had a chance to like even check it out, but that's the only thing that really stuck out to me, and that's pretty bad, isn't it?
Well, did you see the other thing that he wore a necklace to the room, and it had a Pokemon card on the necklace, and this Pokemon card apparently is like worth $2 million.
I mean, dude, and see, this is the bad part because we've got people like us, the jabronis. We're at home talking about the stuff, and then they're getting they're getting all the money. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, like, I'm thinking, like, wherever the Super Bowl's at next year, like, if we could get, I got an idea, get you on the field at halftime, a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got to cash in, dog. I mean,
Yeah, because I tell you what, if I'm not mistaken, Logan Paul made $20 million, and that other midget, freaking, he got $100 million.
crazy.
So yeah, definitely, brother.
The only other thing I was going to mention, what's trending social media, you got it less than a week. Death Row Records is taking fan photos of collections. If you got anything cool, whether it's an old magazine or album or whatever, they're creating this online experience. And Mike, they, in the midst of doing all the stuff that they've been doing, they were recently sold. I think Hasbro sold them. And, people were kind of questioning it, but man, just even those few years, let's say 92 to 90, 7, 98, they had so many hits and their, the logo is so iconic. So like they're selling clothing like No Tomorrow and doing all this stuff. So I think they're doing all the right stuff. I'm going to submit some photos too, but we'll have to see if they use them. They're going to credit the people that submit them, but you have to Google search Death Row Records online experience or something, and you'll find the link. But what's trending in social media brought to you by All Time Low Magazine. We said it earlier, atlmagazine.com. It's a magazine born out of this scene by Beth Waterman and, of course, Rich. He thought it was a good idea, so he jumped on, and they've been killing it ever since. Okay, Mike, really, at this point, I just want to talk about the shows for the rest of the year, and then we're going to be out for this week. And, dude, the key show updates, man. The first thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if you saw this, but Chad Moss at Laying at the Lake, did you happen to see any of the stuff that they had posted?
No. Tell me a little bit about what they posted, brother.
Well, on Instagram, Laying at the Lake, just how it sounds, they had posted that, as some may have seen, our venue for Laying at the Lake, Salmon Lake Park, yesterday, with all the rains, the dam busted on the lake. So, in a way to help with the cost of damages, the next 75 pre-reg, we're going to donate part of the proceeds to the park. So, I wanted to mention that, these guys are good people, and this show is every November. We've talked about it before. And if this is in your wheelhouse or these folks are in your corner, as far as, your circle, if you just want to help out and be a good Samaritan, good, folks in the scene, you can click the link in their bio for more information. But reach out to them, pre-register. It's in Grapeland. When we had them on last year, I kept thinking, it was in Grapevine. But it's in Grapeland, Texas. They're good people. And I know Airlift is on board with them and many others. So we would just ask if there's anything you can do, or, if you could pass along the word. Go out there, pre-register, and let's get them back on track. So, Mike, dude, here's the thing, man. Scraping the Coast, you talked a lot about it. I know you're excited about it. But where are we going to be this weekend? So 2 weekends before Scraping the Coast.
Well, this weekend we are going to go down. Well, I say down. We are going up to Daytona Beach, Florida, for the world's largest truck meet called Daytona Truck Meet. We're going to go hang out with our lifted buddies, and go help Street Trucks over there. You're gonna take care of the live feeds, and I'm gonna be slinging some damn T-shirts for Street Trucks this weekend.
Yeah, working with Chris and Nicole and team, including Mach 1 guys, we got that unique opportunity to record a lot of videos. Sometimes it's also live streamed, but we're going to put together the best show that we can. And the cool thing is you can go on Facebook or YouTube and you can follow and you can visit the live stream. You can comment. And we've continued to work out some of the kinks that we have. So we're really excited about it. Now, some folks will go, oh, that's just that show with all the lifted trucks. Believe me, I know you've been there before. I think Garage Gear Clothing was there last year. There's a lot in store, and we're really excited about continuing to push this whole truck scene ahead through the different forms of media. So, Mike, we're going to be out there. We're going to be killing it. Now, something I did earlier today, Mike, is I went on our digital show calendar, and I updated it with a ton of shows. I know there's questions about this, but if you go on ourlifestylepodcast.com, on the left side menu, it's not the drop down, it's just the left menu, you're going to see the official OLP show calendar. Once you go there, you're going to see a couple of sentences. One says, click here to subscribe to the calendar. When you tap there, let's say you're on your iPhone, you're going to get a message. Do you want to allow the calendar to open? You click allow, tap allow, and boom, you can subscribe to that calendar. You can filter it on an iPhone or Android. You can turn it off. You can unsubscribe at any time. But all of these shows that we're about to cover are on that calendar. And Mike, Southern Tradition, we had a fantastic time last year. I'm making every effort that I can to go back. I want to go back. Maddie wants to go back. But Southern Tradition is obviously in the month of July. We've kind of hinted at that a couple of times, but it is the weekend of July 10th and 11th, which is technically the weekend after the 4th of July holiday.
Yes, sir. And we are actually going to be on our way back from our family vacation there in Destin. And so we are actually going to head on over to the show at least for Saturday and hang out, stay the night probably, and then drive on back home after that.
I love it, Mike. We had such a good time. Josh Ellis was out there, a lot of clubs, great venue, Southern Tradition on Instagram or Facebook. Now from there, Mike, I'm just looking straight at our calendar. This is the cool thing. And because I'm subscribed to it, I also see it on my Mac because I'm signed into the same iCloud. So it's real simple when you subscribe. But the week after that is Camp and Drag. And you talked about Camp and Drag recently, Mike. Great people. Love what they do. I've been to the show before. It's been a minute, but it was unbelievable. Really needs no introduction. Camp and then the letter N, Drag, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. They're out there. Mike, dude, it's kind of like a Woodstock of sorts for many truckers, but they've been able to keep it very secluded these days. So they really do a good job of filtering. But even with that, us mini truckers, we're crazy. We love to have a good time, but we keep it legal, right, Mike?
Oh, absolutely. And we will be donating to the auction because they do an auction every year and to help the kids out. And OLP will have a donation going there. And so be on the lookout for that for the auction.
Now, the other thing that when you subscribe to the calendar, I will go into the notes for these shows, and some of the times I'll put the Facebook event page. Sometimes I'll put the Instagram link. If there's a website, literally, I'm doing this on my own time. So oftentimes I'll see, Mike, on Facebook, someone will say, hey, who's got the list for all the shows? And I wish it was a little easier to share an iCal. Of course, I have to share the link to the site, and then the hardest part is just tapping the link. But once you do that and subscribe, you're going to have a unique opportunity to then see, a link right to the Facebook. And I'm going to continue to update these each year. And we've kind of opened the floodgates. We're having more shows than ever on this calendar. Now, from there, basically 2 weeks later, you have two shows. The one that I'm going to be going to, Relax It in the Northwest, The Awakening. That's an awesome show. Ron's been on to talk about it. The 28th, that's a freaking Wednesday. I think it says 28th through August 1st. I mean, that's a hell of a truck run. But let's just say even if it's Thursday to Sunday, dude, that's hellacious. That's, get crazy. Come up to Oregon. It's in Medford. But Relaxing in the NW on Instagram, there's a website. And again, if you click in the calendar that we've spoon-fed out, you've got the Instagram, you've got the awakeningshow.com, and then you have the Facebook event page. It's all right there. But, Mike, that same weekend is the return of Texas Heatwave. We recently followed Texas Heatwave on Instagram. They have graciously followed back, and they're the Heatwave Tour. That's, of course, going down July 30th through August 1st. So, Mike, that brings us all the way through July, dude.
Man, there is something going on this summer every weekend, just about every weekend. And so there's no excuses. Get out there, get to a show, support the scene, and, don't sit at home and complain and bitch about this and that. Hey, if you ain't there, then you ain't supporting this. Get out there and support the scene.
Yeah, and like Goody Mob said, you got to get out, or like Outcast and Goody said, you got to get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass by. So a few more that we'll hit on the week after Heatwave, which is going to be the first weekend in August. You got Slamboree. Many of you know about that. It's on our calendar. The link right in there to the Instagram Slamboree show. Good people. That's 6th, 7th, and 8th of August. Weekend after that is one of our favorite shows. If we could somehow get Mike up there this year, we've heard that the axe throwing contest is back on. They've got the medieval deal that they're going to be spinning. We're going to have flying axes going everywhere. It's going to be a first time for me. I might start throwing some. But the Spark Show is the 13th, 14th, and 15th. And Mike, I know you can't make it this year, but dude, you have to drop a promo for us on it, man. It's an amazing event. Even if you might get into a scuffle at a gas station, right? Dizzy, Adam, they'll come off the top ropes to help you, wouldn't they?
Yeah, probably not.
But the Spark Show, come on, man, cut the promo for us, dude. I mean, maybe a Randy Quaid deal, or no, Randy Savage.
Dude, if you don't know, you have to get up there to freaking the Spark Show. Our boy Dizzy, our boy Adam, they kill it every single year, and it's only getting bigger and bigger every year. Sean Rose will be there this year doing the damn bead rolling live in person. So go help, excuse me, go help yourself and learn how to do some bead rolling, because the man, the myth, the legend will be there. So go check them out and get you some bead roll panels. They will have Friday night their pre-party. They will have cornhole going on. If Corey Floyd is playing, don't even bother, because he's the man. He is the best in the whole mini trucking scene. So just giving you a heads up. Don't waste your time. But guys, get to the Spark Show. Support that show, because these guys have stepped up their game. They're going to a show almost every weekend and supporting the scene. So we need to give back, and we need to get up there and support those guys as well.
Yeah, they're good people. We love the venue, and it's always just a good time. The Spark Show. You could tap on that hashtag if you don't believe us. The other thing that we love that they've done is they've went with Graphic Disorder, and they've had fantastic artwork. They have just really done a great job of getting their brand further out there. And the Sparks Show on Instagram, really damn good people. Of course, that'll take you, the link in the bio takes you to their website as well. But super excited for this event. Now, the weekend after that, Mike, you've talked about this one a lot of times, Attitude Check 9.
Yes.
And it's not to be confused. Like, sometimes you'll see it and you're like, oh, Altitude Check. It's like, no, Jay, there's no L in there. It's Attitude Check, right? And Joey, he's willing to come off the top ropes to get you up there to VA, right?
Dude, and this show here is a show that's really special to Joey, because this is going to be Attitude Check 9. And Joey and the rest of his team have done this show, and it goes and helps the kids, trying to get the backpacks full of supplies for the kids. They did 600 backpacks last year, and this year Joey and his team are looking for 1,200. They want to double what they did last year. So get out there and check it out. Hey, our boy Ron from Hammered Weekend Wear is going to be making the trip to Attitude Check. So I think you better go out there and check it out as well.
Yeah, he's gonna do the backflip off the top ropes into some sort of MacGyver deal. I mean, I don't know how, but I know that's what I heard. But he'll be up there. Now, this is the last show that we're going to cover in August. But here's the thing, Mike. I got something late breaking for you, and I don't know how this is going to go over, especially with those in Florida. Okay? So I'm going to break the news to everyone. My intel is telling me that the Orlando Memorial Cruise is going to basically end effective last year. And that there is not, so, many of us in the month of August were accustomed to going to Orlando, Ace Cafe the last couple years. All I can ask is if this event is meant to be, let's rally the troops. Let's offer to help these guys out. Mike, we always love going up to it. It was my pops' last show in 2017. If there's anything we can do to help rally the troops, I'm down to do it. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, brother. So just tell me what we need to do, who we need to talk to, and let's get this going.
Yeah, let's get behind it, guys. I mean, there's a lot of you folks out there in Orlando. I know, the Matt Middletons and a lot of different guys, the younger crew. Whatever we can do, man, let's make it happen. We know the two guys. I talked to one of them earlier in text. Love those dudes. I mean, they're good people. They've always supported us. And Mike, as you know, that's our anniversary, man. That was the first time you put a gun to my head and said, start talking. I said, dude, I'm not going State's Evidence. And you go, no, the fucking podcast, dog. I said, okay, cool. All right, put the gun down, right? But, that's where we busted, that's where you busted your cherry or whatever you say.
I thought it was popped, but hey, we'll go with Bustin'.
Right. So keep that in the back of mind. A couple more, guys. Now, the first weekend in August, which is actually August 7th, that's going to be down for Dennis. This is the Memorial Truck and Car Show. We've talked to the homie Daryl Poe, of course, Nikki in the past, and they're the ones that really lead this event. And, of course, they've got their help from Extreme Lows and all their good, fine folks up there. But August 7th, so 8/7/2021, Princeton, West Virginia. And back on March 4th, they had released the graphic disorder artwork with the awesome Long Bed S10. We saw that at Mini Nats, of course. But Down for Dennis, great show you've heard in the past with Daryl talking about the reasons behind it. And, we jumped on as early as we could to say, hey, we want to do whatever we can to promote this awesome event. And August 7th, 2021, Princeton, West Virginia. You can follow Down for Dennis, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. They're out there, good people. If you're in that area, get up there. And I think technically it's going to be at Ramey Chevrolet this time. So obviously with COVID and things like that, it's technically, thrown it off a little bit the last couple years, but they'll be good to go. So look, September 4th, you got Small Town Throwdown in St. Cloud, Florida. Love this show. The pre-sale is still going on for their epic artwork featuring the Decorvers dualies, not just one, but two. You got to look for the Easter egg. That's September 4th, which is Labor Day weekend. From there, you got September 19th, Trucks and Cheeseburgers. Again, these are all on our calendar. And then you have October 9th. We recently had Jonathan Hawkins on talking about Slam Fest 30. Yes, 30 years of Slam Fest. It's going down in Tampa. Many of you over the years have said, hey, what should I do? What shows should I come to? Listen, the longest, craziest running show in the state of Florida. Good people, 9th and 10th. It's going down here in the Sunshine State. Come on down, rock with us. And then from there, Mike, the only other show we got laying at the lake, November 12th, 13th, 14th. We talked about that a minute ago. And then Bayou Showdown is literally the weekend before Thanksgiving. So it's the 19th through the 21st. That's in Slidell, Louisiana. That's her family. Greg also talked about that show recently when we had him on. So now, for all the show promoters out there, if there's something that we can try to add to our calendar and it's something we don't have, please, I ask that you email us. ourlifestylepodcast@gmail.com. Give us the link to the Facebook event or Facebook page. Give us the link to Instagram if you haven't. Obviously it's instagram.com/whatever your handle is, the date, location, things like that. And we will do our best to get it added to our calendar. Of course, there typically will be reminders in the calendar invite that will, remind folks, hey, in a day, in a week, in a month, those type of things. So we're trying to do whatever we can to support the scene. And this is one way we can do it. It's the first that we know of with a digital calendar of this sort, and it makes life a lot easier. Again, on the iPhone, the cool thing about it is when you go down to your calendar, depending on how often you use your calendar, you may not know this, but on iPhone, bottom middle where it says calendars, I've got about 10 to 12 calendars that I use, different stuff. But you can obviously toggle on or off the official OLP show calendar. And that's key because, maybe you're planning a family vacation and you want to, exclude some of the truck show stuff, or maybe you want to see what is out there. You can easily filter it by selecting those check boxes, check circles rather, and it just makes life a lot easier. We all got phones with us typically. Now, Mike, I think Mike's still rocking the flip phone, but if you've got an iPhone, Android device, I don't know about BlackBerry, you'll be good to go. But it is iCal technically, and that is cross-platform. So there you have it. Mike, I know it's a lot, but all I can do is encourage people. If you subscribe to the calendar, you're going to see that we're going to continue to add these shows in, and some of your favorite shows are going to appear on this calendar, and we do it all on our own time. You don't have to do anything. You could filter the calendar. It's that simple. ourlifestylepodcast.com. Tap on the official OLP show calendar. Mike, dude, it's been a pleasure to sit down. Oftentimes we're kind of under constraints. We don't want to go 3 hours with a guest and that type of thing. But it has been fun, man.
Dude, it's always a good time. Appreciate you. Thanks for holding it down for me, for us the last 2 weeks. But definitely good to be back on. And, dude, I look forward to this weekend. I'm going to have a good time, and hope to see, the rest of the Airhead Nation out there having a good time there in Daytona Beach.
Yes, sir. And with closing words, we remind you to go to minitruckfilm.com. You can buy the Blu-ray or DVD of the West Coast Influence, Mini Truckin' documentary-style film. And we need Lonnie and Radar to update LoneStarThrowdown.com because the timer is not up yet. We are anxiously awaiting February of 2022 for Lone Star Throwdown, the 11th annual event. It's going down in Conroe, but it's February. It's the last weekend in February. And we're super stoked. So, Mike, that's all I got, brother.
Dude, if that's all you got, that's all I got. Airhead Nation, we are
at you. Get well, Greg. Say your prayers. Everyone be safe. Peace.